Hi everyone, Dot here. I'm here to start a series that I'm calling Google 101. Um, and it's all about how to use Google products. If you don't know, Glenavon has switched over to using Google products for their communications, for their email, and different things like that. So I'm going to do several of these videos to show you how to use the product. Now, just a disclaimer, I am not an expert, but I have been using them for 10 years. I'm a teacher and I use them every day. So hopefully I can give you some tips and tricks to make switching over to it a little easier for you. I think you're going to love it as soon as you understand all the ins and outs. And just a heads up, this will be in two parts because it was too long. So the first thing I'm going to go over today is Drive. What is Drive? How can you use it? What are the different features? Okay, so first, as you get, also try and use Chrome as your browser. It's the only browser I ever use. So it's for me, Chrome and Google is synonymous, and I think it's Google Chrome now. I'm not all, I don't know all of that stuff, but use Chrome. Okay. So because I'm using Chrome, you have options here that pop up when you first go to Google. You can go to Drive that way, or you can just type in Drive. Now I've gone to Drive before, so it's going to do that. If not, I'm going to click that over. It'll come here. You can just click continue to Google Drive and boom, there you have it. So this is the communications person's drive. And what's great about us having this is now we can pass officers' accounts to the new officer coming in. So whenever you get there, you should already have a lot of your stuff. You don't have to have it sent to you. You just pick up the account, change the password for you to be personal to you, and then you have access to all the files and you don't have to recreate the wheel, and it's just going to be great overall. So once you are in Drive, I want to go ahead and show you a couple things. First, here is your settings over here to the right. If you click on it, you can do a couple things here. I don't do the get Drive for desktop or keyboard shortcuts. I don't do any of that. But let's look at some settings. So this is new or new to me. A lot of times you will get a Word document and you have to upload it to Google. This would actually convert it to a Google Doc automatically. I am not going to click that yet because one, I don't know how well it works. And two, I'm not sure if the kingdom is going to want us to do that. So I'm just not going to mess with that. And then the other thing that you can look at is making the priority your default homepage, which when I tell you what the priority is, you might want to do that. I'm going to leave it off just because I'm not used to working with it. Okay. Then you have your apps. We're still over here on the right. You have your Google apps. So if you want quick access to anything that you might have, it is right there. And then this is like your view. How do you want to see it? How do you want to look at your Drive? For me, I like the square little icons because I can actually look at them and tell exactly what they are. Okay, so for me, I like it like that. But if you like to read and you like lists, this may be the better version for you. I just clicked on it and it goes, here are your top ones that you have been using that day or week, but then your list starts here and you can arrange it by alphabetical order from the name of the document or reverse order. I think you can do modified, last opened by me, last modified by me. And there. And if you need to look for big files, you can see that. But that really gives me the heebie-jeebies, so I don't ever use that because I'm a visual person and I like looking for that. So if you are good and talented and know the name of your files, you can search for whatever you're looking for up here. That is not me. That is why I need the pictures. But you can just type in your file name and go straight to it. All right, so now we're going to go over here to some of the fun stuff over on this left side. So right off the bat, if you want to make something, you want to create something, you just click new. Obviously, it's a folder, just like a Windows thing. You can upload by clicking up here, and it's going to bring you to your desktop. Don't get scared. Look at my desktop. Oh, it's so bad. It is so bad. You can do multiple uploads at one time. So you would just click on something and then you would click open and it would upload it. I'm not going to do any of that because then I would just have to delete it later. So that's how you do that. If you need to do a whole folder, you can do that. Now, these are what you can make, what you can actually access and use to create things. Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms, more. I probably will not get into these. These are kind of like extra stuff, but I am going to do a video on these so you can see how those will integrate into it. So those are some things you can make. Now, this is that priority section. If you come here, this is basically the latest stuff you've been working on. And so it gives you a real quick access to it. But what's really great about it is this workspace option right here. So say you are the exchequer and you have some things that you want that you're going to be working on, like year-end forms or something, and you have multiple things that you need to be in that you need to access. Like it could be group names, it could be reporting schedule, who knows what it could be. Well, you can name this end of the year, and once again, I'm just going through and just making stuff up. End of the year, and I'm going to create it. And it's going, then I can add files. I can add up to 25 files. And so it's going to group them in a neat little orderly fashion. So say I'm going to do the job application and the TOC rules and Gulf War statement. I don't even know what those are, but say they all have to do with exchequer at the end of the year. And then I'm going to insert them. And then I'm going to click done. And now they're organized in a real quick, easy way. So depending on your office or what you have to do, you can group this and it makes it very easy to access. You can create as many of them as you want. You can hide them if you say it's not the end of the year, so you don't need this group. You can come here and you can click hide, and it's going to be it's going to be down here. So then I can click on that and see what's there. But now it's the end of the year. I can unhide it. I can delete the thing, which I'm about to do. And what it does when you remove it, it does not delete the files. Remember, this is just a way to organize it. So it's pulling it together for access purposes only. So when I remove it, they are still going to be there, but just not grouped together anymore. So if that is how your brain works, you can make this priority your main page that it goes to. That's not me. That's not how I work, but that could be something very useful for you to make it your homepage. Then you're going to look at, this is my personal favorite way to use Google Drive, is I always go to the recent. So that way it's going to tell me immediately what was the last thing I was working on. So it will do earlier this week, earlier this month, earlier this year, and it will just go there. So there's all the fights from the last Crown list and different things like that. So that's how I like it. You can keep it. You don't ever have to go to recent, but for me, who never knows the name of any of my files, I can just do that. And then I can take a visual little thumbprint of it and see exactly what I need to find. To star something, so something's very important, you could, let's go back to my drive. So say this test document is very important. When I open it up, I've already started. You would just star it right here. And then it's going to be another place that is organized together. So those are my most important documents. Once again, they're not. It's just to show you how to use it. And then the trash can is obvious. Whenever you delete something, it will stay there. And I think it stays there for like 30 days. So you have time to retrieve it just in case. And then this right here is to manage your storage. Please be aware we do not have unlimited At least I don't have unlimited. I don't know if anybody has unlimited storage, so you do kind of have to look at this to make sure you don't run out of space. Now this is going to end part 1. Go to part 2 for shared drives and shared with me.